Attention passionate Dallas, COWBOYS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYS. Let's get to the news now. Let's dive into what might be one of the most intriguing rumors floating around the NFL right now, especially for us Cowboys fans who love a good shakeup in the NFC East. Rumors from Adam Schefter and several other reputable sources suggest that the Denver Broncos, currently in a pretty chaotic rebuild and sitting at a less than stellar 3-6 record, are considering some major moves. And at the center of all this speculation is none other than Patrick Surtain, one of the premier cornerbacks in the league, who could very well find himself wearing that famous navy blue and white of the Dallas Cowboys. This potential trade is a game changer, folks. The Broncos, struggling with a hefty $16 million cap space and a roster that's clearly in flux, are reportedly eyeing a first-round pick in the 2026 draft in exchange for Surtain. The focus for Denver seems to be shifting toward rebuilding their offensive line after Bo Nix's 59% completion rate, which indicates they might want to prioritize protecting their future quarterback or rebuilding in the trenches. But the question is, why would the Broncos trade away such a talented cornerback, especially one who's been a cornerstone of their secondary? Well, the answer lies in their current struggles on defense, particularly in pass coverage. The Broncos, despite having Surtain, are ranked 22nd in pass defense, allowing an average of 230 yards per game. Their secondary has been crumbling, and they're in dire need of cap space to extend the contracts of players like Courtland Sutton, who's been a solid target for their offense. But at the same time, giving up Surtain would mean losing an elite CB who can shut down some of the best receivers in the game. He's only 25 years old and has been one of the best in the league this season, with a PFF grade of 92. Putting him in the top tier of cornerbacks. His stats this year are impressive. 42 tackles, 4 interceptions, 11 pass deflections, and a yards per target of just 0.6. Not to mention his coverage stats are outstanding. An EPA expected points added of -0. 32 per coverage, and he's just a master in man coverage, which is exactly what the Cowboys love to deploy on their opponent's top receivers. Surtain's career boasts 14 interceptions, 180 tackles, and 2 All-Pro selections, and he's known for his flawless technique and high-velocity wins. 80% of his battles at the line of scrimmage are won. His ability to neutralize deep threats and make game-changing plays is reminiscent of a young Richard Sherman, especially when he's on that island, locking down one side of the field. The Cowboys have been searching for that reliable shutdown corner since the days of DeMarcus Ware and Byron Jones, and Surtain could be that guy. Now, why would the Cowboys be interested in such a move? Well, after the Micah Parsons trade to the Packers, the team's cap space has become tighter, making it more challenging to fill all the gaps on defense. But adding Surtain, along with Deron Bland, who's been emerging as a lockdown nickel corner, could elevate Dallas's secondary to a whole new level. Their tandem would be one of the best in the league, and their combined impact could be the difference maker in critical games come playoff time. Plus, Surtain's presence would allow the Cowboys to be more versatile in their coverage schemes, increasing turnovers and reducing big plays against them. Looking at the numbers, Surtain versus the Cowboys' current cornerback shows a +2, 3 in pressure win rate and a 15% higher interception rate, which could translate into more turnovers and momentum shifts for Dallas. The team's defense, which has been exposed at times due to injuries and inconsistency, would get an immediate boost, especially against divisional rivals like the Commanders, whose passing game has been a thorn in our side this season. And if we talk about the bigger picture, Surtain has been viewed by some as a potential X-factor for a Super Bowl run. Odds for Dallas winning the Super Bowl have already moved from +1,800 to +800, and acquiring a player of Surtain's caliber could be what pushes us over the edge. His speed, technique, and ability to turn the tide of a game with a timely interception or a shutdown coverage are exactly what the Cowboys have needed to complement our already stout pass rush and run defense. It's also worth noting that this trade would be a strategic masterstroke if it happens after November 4th. when the NFL trade deadline passes. Teams often try to get the best value for their players, and in this case, Denver might be wise to move certain before the offseason, especially if their season continues to slip away. For the Cowboys, this is a golden opportunity, an intelligent move that could solidify their back end for years to come. Certain's age, talent, and recent performance make him a perfect fit, especially in a division where passing offenses are becoming more explosive. Of course, skepticism remains from Denver's side. They're in a rebuild, and losing a top-tier CB could hurt in the short term, especially with their secondary already struggling. Plus, they need the cap space to keep Courtland Sutton and other key players, so moving Certain might be a calculated gamble, a way to accelerate their rebuild while sacrificing some immediate stability. But for us Cowboys fans, that's the kind of bold move we love to see, when teams make aggressive decisions to shake up the league. In terms of the long-term outlook, Certain's presence would give Dallas a significant advantage, especially given his proven track record in high-stakes situations. His 4 interceptions this season alone show he's not just a shutdown corner, but a playmaker capable of changing the course of a game at any moment. His deep ball defense, rated at 85%, and his ability to stay flawless in technique make him a perfect fit for our aggressive, turnover-hungry defense. Imagine pairing him with Deron Bland, creating a duo that could rival the best in the league, forcing opponents into uncomfortable situations and creating more opportunities for our offense to capitalize. And speaking of our offense, with Dak Prescott leading the charge, having a secondary that can reliably lock down receivers and generate turnovers is crucial. The Cowboys have been solid this season, sitting at 5-4, but they're also navigating a tight cap situation after the trade of Micah Parsons. Adding Certain would be a statement move, signaling to the rest of the league that Dallas is all in on making a deep playoff run and finally bringing home that 6th Lombardi trophy. The NFC East is wide open this year, and with a defense bolstered by a player of Certain's caliber, we could secure our spot at the top and set ourselves up for a serious postseason push. Now, as fans, we're always dreaming about the possibilities. Could this trade really happen? It's not just wishful thinking. There's enough smoke here to suggest that the Cowboys should be monitoring this situation closely. If the Broncos do decide to pull the trigger, and if the price is right, Dallas might be wise to make a move. Adding Certain would not only address a glaring need, but also send a message to the rest of the league that the Cowboys are serious contenders, ready to go all in for that Super Bowl title. So, keep your eyes peeled, Cowboys Nation. This could be one of those off-season or mid-season moves that define the next chapter of Dallas football. It's exciting to think about how a player like Certain could elevate our team, bringing that elite-level shutdown ability that we've been craving for years. It's all about making smart, bold moves, just like Jerry Jones has always been known to do, and positioning ourselves for that ultimate goal, hoisting the Lombardi Trophy once again. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.